Hey Karen, it's Brett at James Braden Nissan. Sorry it's taken me a little bit, but here's a video of the car that I was talking about with you there. So again, it's a 2024 Parhfinder SV. See, it has an electronic lift gate. There is a third row seat that of course folds down for the extra space. A little bit of extra storage down here as well. And the electronic lift gate is motion activated too, so I can kick my foot underneath and that'll close it. Second row seat. These seats will also fold down flat. So if you want a whole bunch of extra space, you've got it. And then also if you just wanted to get to the third row without folding the seat, there's a little button down here that folds it, and that button also exists on the back of the seat, so if someone's in the third row that they can get out. You have the rear climate control, so your rear passengers can control their temperature, and also a couple of charge ports. It's a passive entry as well, so when the car's locked, you just grab the door handle, and as long as you have the key fob with you, it'll unlock it. I'll zoom out a bit here so you can see some more. We'll start it up. You can see nobody's driven this one yet. It's at 18 kilometers on the odometer. Also has a nice fancy camera system, so when I put the car in reverse, you have a wide angle backup camera, but then you also have this round view monitor that simulates a view as if there was a camera above the car looking down on it. It also has a front view camera, so I'm looking out at the cars ahead of me here. This is a passenger side curb view, so I can actually see the passenger side wheel. It's good for if you're parking up against a curb or something like that. And then if I hit it again, you'll see I have a nice wide angle downward facing camera to see if there's anything in front of me. This black line you see here is actually the license plate mount, so you can see to the furthest forward point of the car. And I know it's kind of hard to see in the video, but if you see this blue charging station right there, and then I look at where that charging station actually is in relation to the car, it's almost beside us, so you get basically a 180-degree view from the front view camera. And then that'll turn it off. Of course, you have Bluetooth, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, so if you want to plug your phone in, you can use Google Maps or Apple Maps or whatever you prefer, and it'll mirror right up to the screen in the car. You have all your drive modes here. So you have a hill assist, a regular mode, eco mode, a sport mode, and a tow mode. And then you have a mud and rut, you have an off-road, and a snow mode as well. So again, at 6,000 pounds towing capacity, hitch and wiring is already built in. And it's a 9-speed automatic versus the CVT transmission. Outside of that, it comes with lots of safety features. So it has a forward accident mitigation system. So if you're about to kind of have a forward sort of head-on collision, the car will recognize that. It'll actually gauge the speed of 2 cars ahead of you and everything going on around them. It's a fancy little system. You also have a pedestrian tracking system. So at the front of the car, there's a radar. And if somebody actually walks out in front of the car, it's constantly looking for the shape of a human body. And if it sees that, it will hit the brakes. Of course, you have blind spot monitors, so the little indicator light on the corner of the mirror there will turn orange when there's someone in the blind spot. If that light is lit up and you hit your turn signal, it will then beep at you to let you know that there's somebody there and not to move over. You have adaptive cruise control, so it will maintain the speed of the car that's ahead of you. So if you're going 120 on the 401, but a car ahead of you is going 115, the Parhfinder will recognize that and it'll slow itself down to match the speed of that car, so you don't have to turn your cruise control off. Then you have this electronic shifter, which is a little bit different, but the nice thing with that is because there's no rods or cables, you get this nice storage pass-through between the driver and the passenger. I'm sure I've missed some stuff, so if you do have any other questions or really anything at all, I'm happy to help. Thanks again, Karen.